Arguably, Bibi Netanyahu pulled this rabbit out of the hat at the last moment. CNN's Oren Libermann is in Jerusalem. Just how much of a remarkable achievement would you say this is tonight?
The rabbit out of a hat may be a very good analogy, because the first thing Likud supporters, the party of Benjamin Netanyahu supporters, came out and chanted when he took the stage for his victory speech late last night was, "You're a magician, you're a magician, you're a magician," as he came out to those cheers. If you paid attention to the election polls, if you paid attention to the exit polls, this was not the outcome that everybody was expecting. A clear path to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for victory, a concession which we just got a short time ago from Benny Gantz, his main rival. Though they do vow to keep fighting, they realize that there is no clear path to a coalition for them, granting Netanyahu a victory Netanyahu was very happy to talk about and very happy to take. In fact, President Donald Trump calling to congratulate him as well. Richard.
Oren, what sort of a government will this be? One that it seems is even more dependent upon right-wing parties, some would say on the extreme end of the spectrum, than the current one he currently leads.
The government will look much the same in terms of a solid right-wing coalition with the backing of the ultra-Orthodox parties. The difference here, and it may well include a far-right party that has extremist elements to it, the difference here is the size of the parties. Netanyahu's Likud party is so much bigger than the other parties in his coalition now that it's Netanyahu that has all the leverage, all the power, all the ability for the negotiations to decide how this will proceed. In that sense, Netanyahu has come out of these elections, which we call the political fight of his life, perhaps even more powerful and influential in his government than he was before. Will he pursue dramatically different policies? We shall, of course, wait and see here.
Before we leave you, I'd be remiss. What happens to all the investigations and the charges and the corruption stuff? I mean, now he's Prime Minister again. Does he have an immunity for the duration of his Prime Ministership?
He does not, and those corruption investigations continue. We're waiting on the preliminary hearing that's expected to happen sometime this summer, perhaps in the July timeframe. He may try to use the coalition he has just gotten to try to pass some sort of immunity law that a current sitting prime minister cannot be investigated, cannot be indicted. That may be his aim here in trying to shore up his own coalition. Can he do it? I think we're about to find out the answer to that very quickly, but that, the corruption investigations, and he has, the Attorney General has said he intends to indict him on bribery and breach of trust charges, that still very much hangs over his head, even if the voters clearly didn't really take that into consideration when voting for him.